Hi everyone, my name's Tom McKinney and I'm the new music curator at Kettle's Yard, although I actually live quite some distance away in the Derbyshire Peak District. So having been locked down here in my tiny little village where I live for the last 3 months, the idea of leaving and coming back to somewhere like Cambridge at the moment seems like, well, as wild as visiting the other side of the planet or something. But the last 6 months, the first half of 2020, it should have been my first season in the role of organising the series of new music concerts. But obviously that had to be cut short once the lockdown came into effect, which was, sadly, just a few days after the second concert in the series. So 3 further concerts have had to be called off, although once we do have a clearer idea of how live music can actually happen again with an audience present, we are all really determined to bring you those musicians and music in general back to Kettle's Yard, because music has always been a part, it's just part of what happens in the building. So the music will definitely return. I mean, that is a promise. But for now, over the next couple of weeks, I've got a few bits and pieces for you that have been made by the performers who didn't get the chance to come and play as part of the new music series. So that's the soprano Juliet Fraser, pianist Philip Thomas, and the performance collective Bastard Assignments. And to get things going, today I'd like to introduce you to the American flautist Kathryn Williams, who should have been playing in Kettle's Yard on the 11th of June. Now, Kathryn was born in Ohio, but she's been living over here for more than a decade now. She moved to Manchester to study at the Royal Northern College of Music. That's how I got to know Kathryn. I was also a student there in Manchester. Now, although she plays flute with all of the major orchestras throughout the UK, in the standard repertoire, the symphonic repertoire, it's really in the more experimental and at times extreme areas of repertoire that she's made an almost incomparable reputation for herself. I'm going to say even notoriety. Composers writing in so many different styles are all wanting to work with her because she is one of the most fearless performers I've ever come across. She can be almost terrifying at times in the intensity and kind of unhinged aggression of her stage presence. And that's both in the extraordinary range of sounds that she can get out of a flute, and also this fireball approach to her physical presence as a performer. So for the last 3 years, she's been working on this really quite unique project, exploring the extremes of really what a flautist's lungs and actually their entire cardiovascular system can cope with. And one of the things that Kathryn's been doing is commissioning pieces of music that use only a single breath. So just what can you do musically in the time it takes to fully exhale a lung full of air? So in the links on this webpage, you can click them to explore Kathryn's single breath project. It's called Coming Up for Air, and you'll get something of an idea what she would have been performing for us at Kettle's Yard, what she will eventually be performing for us at Kettle's Yard. And I can promise that you won't have seen anything quite like it before, and I mean that in a very, very good way. And Kathryn's also made a video especially for us about another piece that she was going to play in her concert. It's called Unity Capsule by Brian Fernyhough. And that's the very first piece that I saw Kathryn play live in a performance. And just the theatricality in the way that she attacks the music is absolutely mesmerising. And in this short video, she gives us a glimpse into just how much time and the meticulous attention to detail that went into learning and refining this brain-splittingly complex piece of extreme aerobic musical theatre. And I hope you enjoy it.